Good future millionaires, we back with another banger. I'm DecemberDeMarco, Fortune 500 marketer, here to share my insights to the market with y'all to hopefully help y'all become better informed investors. Salute to y'all for pulling up on the channel. Make sure you hit that thumbs up, like button for the YouTube algorithm, and do not forget to subscribe, man. So Shiba Inu fueling up right now as we prepare to take off to our next resistance points. We might struggle a little bit at that 25, 26 level, give or take a little bit, but after that, straight off to the 3,000 points per coin level. That's what I'm predicting. It's not financial advice. You got to remember, this is just financial education, financial entertainment, whatever we want to call it, but it's not financial advice. You got to keep that in mind. So Shiba Inu ushers in a new era of privacy and security for Web3. Now, if you are a supporter of Shiba Inu, it's very important. I got to say this for the ones in the back that don't just pull up and automatically do this. We need you to hit that like button. If you want Shiba Inu to go parabolic, if you want your gains right now that you have to be life-changing money, you need to do your part. We need the entire army working together. Hit the like button on this video so that way it's recommended to similar people like you and me in the algorithm, and that way more people will be educated, informed about Shiba Inu. We don't want just people who watch the hype videos to be informed about Shiba Inu, because if they only watch those AI robot videos on Shiba Inu when it says Shiba Inu going to $1 and they're excited about that, those are going to be the same people that are likely to jump off the ship if Shiba Inu retraces 15-20%. We want people who are educated. The educated people will understand that 15-20% pullback is actually a buying opportunity and not something to be afraid of. So do your part, push this out. Hopefully more and more people see this to the point where we start to catch trending and catch traction on other social apps like TikTok, also Reddit. Once those communities come back, we just got to spark it enough to get those communities back active on the daily. And if that happens, y'all, I'm telling you, it's going to happen a lot faster than we all, expect it to. So tap in, do your part, man. We got pioneering privacy for the SHIB community. In a monumental development for privacy and security in the blockchain space, SHIB has integrated sophisticated encryption technology into the ecosystem. This groundbreaking move establishes a new precedent for data protection among cryptocurrencies and cements Shiba Inu's reputation as an innovator within the Web3 landscape. As the popularity of blockchain and cryptocurrency grows, so too does the risk of cyber attacks and data breaches. In 2021 alone, over $10 billion worth of cryptocurrency was stolen due to hacks and exploits, with billions of dollars in sensitive personal information at stake in the crypto economy. The need for a robust privacy and security measure has never been more urgent. SHIB's implementation of cutting-edge encryption standards puts users' protection front and center, addressing this pressing need head-on through technical leadership. By prioritizing privacy from the earliest stages of development, the project is setting the bar for responsible stewardship and increasingly decentralized financial system, implementing best-in-class encryption technologies. So at the core of Shiba Inu's new privacy infrastructure, is fully homomorphic encryption, FHE, considered the holy grail of encryption due to its ability to enable computation on encrypted data without decryption. So basically, when encrypted information is being sent, information that is meant to remain private, it can be sent now and understood what it is without having to actually break it down and decode it. Because essentially, if you send some encrypted information to understand what it is, somewhere along that line it has to be decoded. But it removes that entire need for that, being able to, give up what's critical to understand what it is without giving up everything. I think this goes hand in hand with what they talked about at the ETH Toronto event when Satoshi talked about the SHIB digital state. I think this is going to be big for the technology that we see coming out of that, lane of Shiba Inu. So leveraging FHE in collaboration with Zama, a recognized leader in Web3 encryption, SHIB can now offer its community unparalleled on-chain privacy. FHE allows for sensitive data like transaction details, wallet balances, and personal information to be encrypted end-to-end throughout its entire life cycle. So let's say like where the point in the video where Satoshi showed medical records and whatnot being transferred through the blockchain, through Shibarium, and wills being able to be created and passed down. This is a way possibly where, somebody made up a good point too. We got to do some due diligence on the technology and the people that are already using this technology to think about the applications Shib could use with it. But being able to pass down certain information without it being completely revealed. Let's say if you had a wheel on the blockchain, you can divvy up what goes to who, or allow a lawyer to at the point where that happens, a lawyer to be able to see what's what, but not at the same time where everybody can see this information, but people can also get what you want to give them. So it's a lot of different use cases for this technology. So all user activity and transactions on the Shib network will benefit from this additional layer of security powered by the Treat token. So now we get that utility or use case for what Treat will be used for. This lets us know also that Treat is coming soon. So there might be opportunity to get in at a lower level on Treat, and for the short term speculators, traders, investors, whatever you want to call them, opportunity to get in early on this one and ride it up and probably take some profits, wait for that pullback, get in again. But I don't recommend that for people who haven't got my technical analysis course. If you don't understand how to read the charts, how to understand all the tools, the data, the indicators, then you shouldn't do that, because most likely you're going to lose money trying to jump in and out. But also because on the owners, I recommend a short-term strategy as well because I'm someone who has short, mid-term, and long-term strategies with some of my favorite assets. So you want to keep that in mind as well. I am a day trader. I do day trade and speculate on the market, but I also long-term hold as well. You got to decide what type of investor are you. Are you a hybrid version where you do a mix of both? Are you just simply a buy and hold long-term investor? Are you a short-term day trader? Like I know some day traders who don't leave money in the markets overnight, literally. I'm talking about hundreds of thousands of dollars. They'll trade throughout the day, make what they make, and everything is out of the market by the time they're done, trading. So you got to determine what type of, investor are you. So emphasizing Shib's commitment to his community. This development underscores Shib's dedication to protecting his community of users and its development as it continues expanding into a fully fledged nation state. See, we talked about when I just talked about that digital state lane. With millions of holders worldwide, Shib recognizes its responsibility to safeguard the interests of its constituents. We know that in order to deliver against our vision for a nation state, we need to empower our Shibizens to operate with full confidence that their activity is both private and secure, says Satoshi. So let's say you're connecting your wallet to one of these blockchains or applications that they develop. You might, have to, and it seems like they're trying to get us to identify ourselves with actual social security numbers up to a point. Now I'm speculating on that. I'm not cool with that aspect of it because I like to keep things decentralized, but I see what they're trying to do in order to know each person's identity. You probably would have to have that technology. Think about it. When we sign up for a lot of things that are official, when it comes to financial things, we have to do a KYC, but I would like Shiba Inu to stay the DeFi route of things. But some people will have the option to opt in to fully do the digital ID thing. Now I thought at first if we just had to provide our names, essentially I'd be cool with that. But if we have to really give up all of our social type of information, I wouldn't be okay with who, not knowing just who on a blockchain has access to that information. So I guess this is their way to try to ease that worry that people might have. But let me know, how do y'all feel about that? Would you be willing, in order to not the Shib ID? You're not gonna need to. You may not need to do it in that aspect of things, but I don't know. Maybe you might, because they're really trying to make these Shib IDs be who you are, unless that's the domain names. But I'm talking about the actual identifiers of who we are. They want to make sure that they know you are you. I don't know if they're gonna use some type of bio security type of thing, but. Yeah, we might have to give up a lot of information if you're, planning on doing this. Now, depending on how much we give up, I might not be okay with that. But if it's a reasonable amount of information, then yeah, I'll be okay with it, because I truly do believe in the Shib ecosystem and what Shiba Inu has the potential to do. Even if it isn't all the way figured out just yet, the potential that's here, you got to be able to recognize potential before it's what it is, and that's what I think we got here with Shiba Inu. So by prioritizing user well-being through innovative solutions, SHIB demonstrates the principles of community empowerment and shared prosperity that have fueled its rise. This commitment to responsible stewardship through technical leadership sets an example that others in the industry would be wise to follow. Unlocking new use cases and growth potential. With best-in-class privacy and security now underpinning the network, SHIB is poised to unlock new use cases and exponential growth. FHE paves the way for confidential smart contracts, encrypted machine learning, and other innovative applications that were previously not possible due to privacy limitations. For example, confidential smart contracts powered by FHE could enable entirely new classes of financial applications, like encrypted lending platforms and tokenized assets exchanges that preserve user privacy. Encrypted machine learning models could analyze user behavior and preferences privately to improve services. As one of the most widely held and recognized cryptocurrencies globally, is number 2 popular in the United States. SHIB has both the resources and passionate community needed to catalyze mainstream adoption of this cutting-edge technology. By setting a new standard for privacy and security, this development solidifies SHIB's position as a trailblazer within the blockchain industry, ushering in a new era of privacy and innovation in Web3. With its substantial market presence and global community, SHIB's integration of sophisticated encryption serves as a seminal moment for privacy and security across Web3. This technological leap will reverberate throughout the blockchain landscape and beyond, establishing a new benchmark for data protection best practices. Other industry players will be challenged to follow SHIB's lead, raising the standard of privacy and security measures ecosystem-wide. Major centralized services holding user funds and data will face public pressure to adopt comparable protections. Over time, FHE and other advanced cryptographic techniques may become expected rather than exceptional. By daring to implement radically innovative solutions to solve pressing needs within its community, SHIB continues to demonstrate the creative thinking and technical proficiency that has fueled its meteoric rise. The ability to recognize emergent challenges and rapidly deploy state-of-the-art tools to address them solidifies SHIB's capability as a builder of next-generation blockchain infrastructure for the Web3 era. Remember, too, we also got Layer 2 Shibarium. That's a big deal. Whether people realize it or not, Shibarium is really aiming to, change the game and make transactions extremely, extremely cheap. Yes, we have other players that do that, but not with the same type of community that Shiba Inu has. So, there's whoever did it before is not the only ones that are able to do it. Shibarium is able to become what I believe a top 2 contender when it comes to layer 2s, at the moment, maybe even a number 1 contender. Imagine if we start to get the most transactions that we've seen on any of the top layer 2, solutions. It's going to be crazy for Shiba Inu burns. And that's what it's really about. We need to reduce that supply so that way we can see some of these higher price targets. We can see some of those, 1 cent predictions get even closer. So the future is private. An increasing portion of our lives and livelihoods migrate online. Data privacy will become a human right no less fundamental than others we hold sacred. Those who wish to lead responsibly in this new digital age must place security and consent at the forefront of product design. By integrating the strongest encryption available today, SHIB establishes itself as the vanguard of this movement. In doing so, it has thrown down the gauntlet for all others who would claim to champion decentralization and user empowerment. Privacy by design must be the new standard if we hope to realize the full promise of an open and just digital future for all. So if this is a way where maybe we give up this information, but nobody has access to it, that's a little different, but people still would have to get to a point where they actually trusted it. It have to go through its its cycle of adoption. So with this latest innovation, she proves itself as a technical powerhouse, but a moral one as well, committed to building the types of technologies that protect basic liberties, even as they unlock unprecedented potential. If other projects follow SHIB's pioneering lead, then perhaps the blockchain industry really can help usher in a new era defined by privacy, security, and user sovereignty for all. The future remains unwritten, but it starts here. So I like what they're doing with this technology. We need to really see, how safe is it, if there's a intermediary or a centralized authority that will have access to this information. If not, if it's truly stored on the blockchain in a secure way where also it can be removed if we wanted to, and there's no true track or trace and recording of it, then maybe it's something to think about. I don't know. It's still very early on it. We got to just think about the possibilities. But I am for decentralization, so we got to keep that in mind. But also, don't forget, don't act brand new like we aren't a part and signed up for Robinhood and Coinbase and Binance and some of these other centralized exchanges. So we do give up this information when it comes to certain exchanges if we deem them valuable enough or official enough, I guess, or important enough also to want to give up that information. You do it for your bank, you do it for your employers, so it's not that it's too foreign for us. So right now the overall market pulling back slightly, 2.38%. It's still up in the green, but we were just on the last video up to 2.39%. Fear and greed index still sitting at that 86 level. I'm interested to see which way that dot starts to move. Pay close attention to it. If it starts to pull back, most likely the markets will retrace, but it's holding here so firm. I'm thinking it's really just gaining pressure right here for a rally. But we also got to remember what Bitcoin does and the fact of what Doge is doing. So Doge up 10% today, going to 15 cents. That tells me Shiba Inu likely might have a nice day tomorrow, or really coming up soon, unless Bitcoin does something crazy. But that's all we got for this video, man. Appreciate everybody for pulling up. Tap in if you're interested in getting my technical analysis course. That way you can learn to interpret the data on the charts. If you don't know what the candlesticks, tools, indicators mean, reach out to me to get my technical analysis course. I got a mega discount going on for my subscribers. DecemberDeMarco@gmail.com. I got my stock options day trading course. If you're interested in learning how to day trade, reach out to me for that course as well. DecemberDeMarco@gmail.com. Also, the crypto one-on-one course for those of you that want a well-rounded understanding of cryptocurrency investing. Also, learning the DeFi side of things as well. If you don't know what the swaps are or how to do this, and you want to know the best practices to do this, and just a lot of gems that I drop in the course, definitely tap in for that. DecemberDeMarco@gmail.com. Follow me on all platforms @DecemberDeMarco. Hey, y'all, buckle up, man. It's about to get real. Appreciate y'all for pulling up, and we